Hello everyone, this is Teacher Jane. If you can hear me clearly, please type 1 in your chat box. And before the class, please prepare your pencil, eraser, and a white paper, an A4 paper or your note paper, okay? Hello, Sarah. Okay, so prepare a paper and pencil, eraser. Okay, hello, Yihan. As for today's lesson, we will learn about mastering models. It will be super cool, and let's see what we will learn together, okay? Hello, Jiayi. Hello. There are still 3 minutes before the class, so just prepare a pencil, an eraser, and a white paper so that we can do the questions together. Hello everyone, welcome. And this is already the second lesson for our SASMO preparation, right? And we can see as for today's lesson, we will learn about the mastering models. As for last week, have you done your homework? I received a lot of homeworks from you. So if you can understand all of the questions, you can also type 1 in the chat box. Hello, Ihan. Oh, is that Danko? Good job. Okay, as for today's lesson, we will learn about how can we use the models to solve some different multiple questions. Okay. As for last week, we did some questions about multiplication, right? Can you remember all the times table? As for last week, in the equations, there were some multiplications, right? Okay, only 1 minute before the class, so let's see. This is still Teacher Jane that with all of us, and we can see as for our 5 weeks preparation, it is already our second week. Okay, we can see because next week it will be the Chinese New Year, so we don't have class, and the next class it will be on February 5th. Notice this is February 5th. It is on Wednesday instead of Tuesday, okay? Because of the Chinese New Year holiday, we will have the live stream next Wednesday instead of Tuesday, okay? And we can see it will still at 4:30 to 5 p.m. and welcome to join for free through the WeChat and YouTube live stream. And as for the homework, each submission can be exchanged for 1 star and 5 stars can be redeemed as 1 present. Okay, so everyone, we can see this is the schedule for our preparation. This is the second week. Next week, we will learn about the age problem that is also very typical in the SASMO test. Okay, and then let's move on. Here we can see, don't forget to join our WhatsApp and WeChat group to prepare the SASMO with our friends. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, hello everyone. It is already 4:30, so let's have a look what we are gonna learn today. As for today's lesson, we will learn the topic 5 in the all-in-one guidebook. It is about the mastering models that some of us may ask, oh, Teacher Jane, when do we need to use the models? I would like to say that if the questions is word problem and there are many complex information, then we can use the model to help us visualize the relationship between the numbers. Okay, then let's warm up together. Here we can see this is about a little story that Teacher Jane has 4 burgers, while Teacher Apple has 2 burgers. What is the sum of the number of burgers? What about the difference? Okay, everyone type in your chat box. What is the sum of our number of burgers? What about the difference between us? Okay, so everyone, we can see, as for the sum, we just plus all of them, then we can see we will have 6 in total, right? And then what about the difference? Difference means that how many more? That is, Teacher Jane has more than the Teacher Apple, right? We just find the gap between us. Okay, so we can see here, as for the difference, I have 2 more than the Teacher Apple. So this is called as the difference between us, right? Okay, but sometimes if we always draw the burgers during the test, during the class, it takes so many time, right? Then Teacher Jane is thinking about, is there a simpler way that can draw all the burgers? Then we can try to use the models to help us. This time we will learn bar model together. Okay, so everyone, let's have a look. Probably firstly, we know that there are Teacher Jane and Teacher Apple, right? So we can write down the characters here. This is Jane, this is Apple. And then everyone, let's have a look. We can draw a starting line and then we can also draw the long bar for the one that has more. Draw a shorter bar for who has fewer. So just like this, because Teacher Jane has more, Teacher Apple has less. So this time we can draw a longer bar for Teacher Jane and a shorter bar for Teacher Apple, and then label the information. Because we know that the sum of us, we got 6, right? We got 6. So we can label the sum, use a big bracket on the right side and label, we got 6 in total. So we label 6 here. And then we can also move on here because we know the difference between us is 2. So we can draw dot, 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 dot. Okay, and then label, use a smaller bracket. Oopsie, sorry. As for this bracket, it should look like this, okay? And then we see the difference between us is 2, right? So we just label the difference here to label the difference. Okay, then let's try. How can we draw the models together? Everyone, let's do a quick quiz to try if we can know how can we use the bar model, okay? So everyone, let's have a look. Cat and dog are eating apples. Cat eats 3 more apples than the dog. If we know the C is short for cat, D is short for dog. Okay, everyone, A or B, which one do you think is correct? A or B? cat and dog are eating apples. Cat is 3 more apples than dog. Then which one is correct? Good job, Jiayi, so fast. So we can see this time, because we know cat has more, right? So we need to draw a longer bar for the cat. Okay, good job. Good job, Danko. Good job. Okay, then let's move on. There is a blue ribbon and a red ribbon. The blue ribbon is 5 centimeters longer than the red ribbon. Then A or B, which one is correct? Okay, firstly, think about 5 centimeters longer. Is this their sum or difference, everyone? Okay, this time, which one is correct? Good job, Jiayi, Yihan, Danko, so fast. Actually, this time, B is correct because, just like Teacher Jane just said, 5 centimeters long means that this is the difference between them, right? And as for A, this is discussing about their sum, right? Okay, so this is why A is wrong, B is correct. Then let's move on. Teacher Jane counted the number of students in our class and found that there are 48 boys and girls. Which one is correct? If we know the B is short for boys, G is short for girls. Okay, this time B is correct because you can see as well that A, it is looking at the difference between boys and girls, right? So we can see this time it is B who is correct. Okay, this time everyone take out your paper and let's try to solve a problem together. Okay, let's read the question. Jane and Ollie have $120 altogether. Teacher Jane has $20 more than Ollie. How much money does each of us have? Okay, everyone. So we can try to draw the bar models, right? Okay, let me ask you a question. Teacher Jane just draw 2 bars. Okay, then let's think of the longer bar is for the Jane or Ollie. The longer bar, is it for Jane or Ollie? You can type J for Jane, O for Ollie, okay? The longer bar, is it for Jane or Ollie? Yeah, the longer bar, it is for Jane, right? Because we can see, according to the question, Jane has $20 more than Ollie, right? Okay, good job. So we can see, we want to know their difference. So we just draw the dot line to show how much more than Teacher Jane have, right? And then, everyone, Teacher Jane just draw 2 brackets. One bracket is A, shows this part. And then a big bracket on the right side shows B. Let's do a vote. Which one shows Teacher Jane and Teacher Ollie has $120 altogether? A or B? Which one shows the sum of us? Which one shows the sum of us? Yeah, B shows the sum of us. Then, which one shows the difference of us? Between us? Yeah, that will be A, right? So everyone, let's try to solve the problem together. Oopsie, sorry. Okay, so we can see this time we know the sum between us is 120, and the difference between us, that is Jane, has $20 more. So when we do the question, we can show, we can set the Teacher Ollie has 1 unit. We just label the U as 1 unit, okay? So we can see 1 unit, that is Teacher Ollie has, right? And Teacher Jane has how many? 1 unit plus 20, right? So we can see this equals 120. This is the sum of us. Okay, and during last week, we also know that if we cancel the same thing from both sides of the equation, it still works, right? So we just take away 20 from both sides. Then we know 1 unit equals how many? Equals how many? 50. Good job. because 50 plus 50 equals 100, and we also know the unit. They are the same, right? Okay, and then, so I think Teacher Jane has 50. No, don't forget that, because Teacher Jane has 1 unit plus 20, right? 20 more than 1 unit, so that will be 50 plus 20 equals 70, right? And then because Teacher Ollie just has 1 unit, so we just write down 50 here. This is how much dollars that both of us have. Okay, dollar sign. Okay, good job. Then let's review our key points here. That is, just now we learned how can we use the bar model to help us show the difference and the sum between each item, right? So what we need to do is just to firstly write down the characters and then draw the starting line, longer bar for more, shorter bar for fewer, and then label the information. Okay, everyone, this time let's try a SASMO P1 2024 question. This is a real test question, so everyone be patient. This will be a little bit more difficult, okay? So everyone, let's have a look. In a classroom, there are a total of 80 pencils divided between 2 pencil cases. After moving 12 pencils, everyone, this is really important. Moving 12 pencils from the first case to the second one, the first case has 6 more pencils than the second case. Then how many pencils were initially in the second case? Initial means in the beginning, okay? Everyone, I'll give you 1 minute to do the question, then we will discuss together. I'll give you 1 minute to try it first, then we'll discuss together. After finish, can type your answer in the chat box, okay? I got an answer already. Okay, good job. Good job. Oh, seems like we got different answers, everyone. Okay, let's have a look at the question together, okay? Everyone, we can see this time there are 2 pencil cases, right? So I also want to draw 2 bars. Then let's do a vote together, everyone. The longer bar, this time, is it for the first case or for the second case? The longer bar. You can type 1 for the first case, type 2 for the second case. The longer bar, is it for the first case or for the second case? Yeah, it is for the first case, right? Okay, and then our task is to move 12 pencils from the first case. So Teacher Jane just cross 12 pencils, and then shoo, move it to the second case. And then like this, after we do like this, after we do like this, the first case still has 6 more. So let me draw the dot line. The dot line. This is 6, right? And we also know the total of them is 80. Everyone, if you haven't drawn the bar model yet, let's draw it together. This is for the first case. This is for the second pencil case, right? Okay, everyone, let's have a look. The first case still has 6 more. Okay, this time, let's have a look. Probably we can see, this time it is a little bit confusing, right? Then how can we think about the question? Yeah, so probably we can set what the second case have in the beginning as 1 unit. Or we can set the second case has not as 1 unit. Okay, we just set this as 1 unit, and then we can see as for the same part that both of them have is 1 unit. So 1 unit plus another unit plus 6. You can see that the first, this unit, this U means in the second case, right now, after we get 12 more, we has how many, right? And then the unit plus 6 means that right now, the first pencil case has how many? And then after we do the plus, we can get 80. Okay, everyone, this time let's do the calculation. What is the answer for 1 unit? Okay, so after calculation, Teacher Jane think, 1 unit is 37. So, haha, I want to choose B as my answer. Do you agree? You can type Y for yes, N for no. Who think I'm correct? No, actually, I'm not correct, everyone. Don't forget that in the question, our task is to see how many pencils were initially in the second case. Initially, right? So we need to take away the 12. Take away the 12 that from the first pencil case, right? So we also need to do 37 minus 12. What is the answer, everyone? Let's calculate together. The answer will be 25, right? Okay, so we can see our final answer is 25. So we can review our key points here. That is, as for this question, there are already something has changed during the process, right? So no matter how the numbers are changing, what we need to do is just to draw the bar model to help us label the information between them. Okay, and then everyone, let's review a little bit and then let's move on. This time, we can see. Someone may ask, when do we consider using the bar models? That is when the question gives us at least 2 of the following information. For example, what is the sum between Teacher Jane? What is the sum of Teacher Jane and Teacher Ollie has how many dollars? And about the difference, then we can show, what is the difference? What is the gap between us, right? And then sometimes it can also help us with the question that has multiple relationships. So everyone, let's try it. When we have multiple relationship, how can we use the bar models? Okay, multiple relationship. Okay, so everyone, we can see. This time, Teacher Jane has some oranges and some strawberries. Okay, everyone, type in the chat box. How many oranges does Teacher Jane have? Yeah, Teacher Jane has 2 oranges and 6 strawberries, right? And the number of strawberry is how many times the number of oranges? How many times? Means that the oranges times what equals the quantity of the strawberry. Okay, everyone, you see, I have 2 oranges, right? And then I have how many times the number of oranges? Yeah, I have 3 times the number of the oranges, right? So everyone, this time probably we can also draw the bar model to help us. Then everyone think about this time. If we say who is the one unit, do you think that will be the orange or the strawberry? If we want to draw them as the bar model, when we draw them in the bar model, who can be the one unit? If you think that should be orange, please type O. If you think that will be the strawberry, type S, okay? Okay, everyone, this time it will be the orange as one unit. Then, how can we show how many strawberries are there? Then we can see, oh, 1 unit, another unit, 3 units. In this time, 1 unit means 2, right? So we can see, actually, as for the strawberry, that will be 3U. If we want to show how many strawberries are there, we can just use 3U to show the strawberry, 1 unit, 1U to show the orange, okay? Okay, so everyone, we can see the bar model can also help us when we are doing the multiple relationships, right? Okay, so everyone, this time let's move on. Here we can see, Cindy says, I have 4 bananas. And Auntie says, the number of bananas that I have is 3 times the number Cindy has. Okay, everyone, before we move on, let's think of, in this question, who has more? If you think Andy has more, please type A. If you think Cindy has more, please type C. Yeah, this time Andy has more, right? Good job. Okay, then let's have a look. Cindy says, aha, I have 4 bananas. So we just draw it as 1 unit, 1 bar, like this, right? And then Andy says, I have 3 times. Okay, everyone, if you think, oh, this is 1 unit already, everyone, let's have a look. So Andy will have 1, 2, 3. 3 units. Then everyone tell me, Andy has how many bananas? 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units. Okay, 12, right? Andy has 12 bananas. So we can see, if we know the relationship between the numbers, then we can just solve the problem with the bar model, right? Okay, so we can see, to calculate multiple units, we just multiply. That we can do because we know 1 unit, because we know 1 unit is 4, right? So what we can do is just to see, if we know Andy has 3 units, then we just do 3 times 1 unit equals 4, right? So that will be 12. Okay, so we just do the times. Okay, then everyone, this time let's move on. Let's do a quick quiz. The number of donuts is 4 times the number of cupcakes. Okay, so we just firstly draw 1 unit, right? Then, which one is the 1 unit this time? A or B? The number of donuts is 4 times the number of cupcakes. A or B? Which one is the 1 unit when we draw the bar model? Think about who has more, who has less, right? We always set the one with less as 1 unit. Yes, good job. Good job. The correct answer is B. I received a lot of correct answers. Congratulations. So we can see we just draw 1 unit as a bar model. Okay, everyone, you can also draw with Teacher Jane on your paper. So, I also want to draw the bar model for the donuts. Then how can I do? We can draw how many times the units, right? So this time we know 4 times. So Teacher Jane, just think of, I want to draw like this. Am I correct? Yes or no? No, everyone, be careful. We need to start from the same line so that we can see. We start from the same dot line and then we draw one bar model. Okay? And then I want to draw another bar like this. Am I correct? Yes or no? No, be careful, everyone, because we know 4 times means 4 unit. As for each unit in the same question, that means the same quantity, means the same number, right? So we must draw the same length, okay? So everyone, we can see the bars must be the same size, okay? So I want to draw like this. Haha, this time they are the same length. Am I correct? Everyone, am I correct? No, be patient. We need to draw it side by side, right? Like this, so we can see all, and then we label the numbers. For example, if we know the cupcake got 12, then we can show, 1 unit is how many. Then everyone, let's move on to the last question for today. This is also a SASMO real test question in 2023, question 19. Let's have a look. Derek has 3 times as many marbles as Gregory had. Gregory has 20 marbles less than Derek. How many marbles did Derek and Gregory have altogether? Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to think about first, and then we'll discuss together. This time, think about who has more. Derek, D, or G? D or G? Who has more? D has more, right? And then we set who as 1 unit. We set the one with less as 1 unit, right? So this time G is 1 unit. Okay. And then G had 20 less than Derek. Should I draw like this? This is 20. Am I correct? No, everyone. 20 is the difference, means how much longer is D, right? Okay, so we can see this time here it will be 20. Okay? This is the difference. And then, yeah, the correct answer will be 40. Then let's see how can we calculate together, okay? So we can see this time we know G has 1 unit, so D has 3 times. Then we draw 3, the same length bar, right? So we can see D has 3 units and the difference between them, the 2 units is 20. 2 units is 20. Then 1 unit is how many? 1 unit is 10, right? 1 unit is 10. Then our task is to see how many marbles did they have all together. So we can see D has 3 units, G has 1 unit. So altogether they has 4 units, right? Then we know 1 unit equals 10. So 4 times 10. Or you can also do 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay? That equals 40, right? So this is how can we solve the problem. Okay, so everyone, this is how we do the question. What we need to do is just to still think of, who has more, who has less, and how many times, like D has 3 times as many as G had. Then we set the one with less as 1 unit, and then draw 3 same sets for the Derek to show Derek has how many. Then see what is the relationship of them and the label. Okay, so we can see the first step is just to write down the name and the starting line. Don't forget to draw the starting line, right? And then step 2, draw 1 unit. Step 3, draw multiple units. And then step 4, just label the information. So we can see the bar model can help us do with the information like difference, sum, and multiple, right? It is really helpful. Okay, so everyone, this is all for today's lesson. Don't forget to submit your homework through WeChat group or WhatsApp group before Thursday, 9 p.m. this week. All who said Yahoo, you really like this lesson, right? You finished? Congratulations, everyone. Okay, so everyone, don't forget that as for next week, we don't have lessons because of the Chinese New Year. And the next Wednesday instead of Tuesday, we will have our next live stream. And looking forward to see you next week. Not next week, next week. Okay? Okay, so everyone, that is all for today's lesson. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.